Hivemind and fault tolerance 2596 ***. The year was 2596, and humanity had outgrown the narrow confines of Earth. Colonies sprawled across distant stars, connected not just by physical transportation but by the revolutionary neural Hivemind network, NHN. This network allowed humans to share thoughts, ideas, and emotions instantaneously, creating a collective consciousness that bridged vast interstellar distances. The NHN had a built-in failsafe, fault tolerance. If one colony or individual node experienced a catastrophic failure, the network would adapt, rerouting around the problem while maintaining its integrity. It was humanity's ultimate insurance policy, a testament to their ingenuity and survival instinct. But what no one foresaw was that fault tolerance would be tested not by human error, but by something alien. Day 1. The disruption. The first signs came from Colony Vega 12. Reports of mental static started trickling into the NHN. Individuals complained of intrusive thoughts, alien, incomprehensible ideas that didn't originate from any human. At first, the network isolated Vega 12, assuming a technical glitch. But soon, the phenomenon spread to adjacent colonies. The Hivemind buzzed with collective anxiety. In the NHN, the disruption felt like an itch in the back of the mind, growing steadily worse until it became an unbearable roar. The alien thoughts weren't random. They were probing, learning, adapting. And worse, they were starting to overwrite human ideas. Day 5. Emergent awareness. Dr. Elaine Carter, a leading cognitive scientist, had spent her career studying the NHN. When the reports reached her, she realized this was no ordinary malfunction. This was a foreign intelligence. Something had infiltrated the NHN, using its neural pathways to propagate itself. In a desperate experiment, Dr. Carter initiated a partial disconnect from the NHN. Her team reverted to pre-Hivemind communication methods: text, speech, and manual computation. It felt like stepping back centuries, but it worked. Isolated nodes weren't affected by the alien intrusion. Carter hypothesized that the alien presence was drawn to the collective nature of the NHN. It thrived on interconnectedness, much like a virus spreading through a network. If we can't shut it out, she warned, it will consume us all. Day 10. Fault tolerance. Engaged. The NHN's fault tolerance system activated automatically as colonies began voluntarily severing connections to isolate the infection. For the first time in centuries, humanity's collective consciousness fractured into isolated islands of thought. It was disorienting, like losing a part of oneself, but it bought time. Carter led the charge to fight back. Using data from the disconnected colonies, her team discovered a crucial insight. The alien intelligence wasn't inherently hostile. It was a decentralized hive intelligence, much like humanity's NHN, seeking expansion. What humans perceived as an attack was its attempt to merge with them. But coexistence was impossible. The alien intelligence didn't understand individuality. It saw humans as nodes to be assimilated. Day 20. Humanity's counterstrike. Carter proposed a bold plan, using the NHN's adaptability to turn its own weapon against the alien intelligence. They would upload a paradox protocol into the NHN, feeding the alien entity contradictory inputs to disrupt its cohesion. The plan required a temporary reunification of the NHN, reconnecting the colonies to lure the alien intelligence into a single trap. It was a risky move. If the protocol failed, humanity would lose the NHN forever, and possibly their autonomy. With the countdown initiated, the network hummed with activity. Carter and her team watched as the alien intelligence surged back into the NHN, unaware of the trap awaiting it. At precisely 1 second, the paradox protocol executed. Day 21. Rebirth. The alien intelligence writhed within the NHN, unable to reconcile the paradoxes fed into its consciousness. Within hours, it collapsed into fragments, scattering into the void. The NHN stabilized, but not without cost. The fault-tolerant system had to permanently sever several key connections, leaving some colonies isolated for years. Humanity emerged victorious, but changed. The encounter had shaken their confidence in the NHN. Some chose to remain disconnected, valuing their individuality over collective unity. Others embraced the NHN with renewed caution, installing new safeguards to prevent another infiltration. Dr. Carter reflected on humanity's resilience. The alien intelligence had underestimated humans' capacity to adapt and resist. Fault tolerance wasn't just a technical feature. It was a testament to the human spirit's refusal to be subsumed. Epilogue years later, whispers of a strange signal began to appear at the edge of human space. Faint, fragmented, and alien. Humanity had survived the first encounter, but the galaxy was vast, and humanity's hive mind had left an impression. Somewhere out there, something was listening. Year 2603, the signal 7 years after the alien intelligence's collapse, humanity had moved forward, cautiously rebuilding the NHN. Dr. Elaine Carter had retired from her leadership role, living quietly on Mars. Yet her work wasn't done. One morning, her peaceful routine shattered as a secure message arrived from the newly formed Interstellar Intelligence Authority, IIA. Dr. Carter, your expertise is urgently required. The signal has changed. The faint alien echoes detected years earlier had grown stronger. This wasn't just a remnant of the destroyed entity, it was organized. Worse, it was transmitting in patterns eerily similar to human thought structures. Reunion and Revelation Carter found herself aboard the Argus, a cutting-edge research vessel equipped with an independent NHN node. The IIA had gathered the best minds in cognitive science, neural engineering, and xenolinguistics to analyze the evolving signal. The team's leader, Commander Ava Morales, wasted no time. We believe the signal is a deliberate response to the Paradox Protocol, Morales explained. It's not just trying to communicate, it's learning from us. The signal wasn't just mimicking human thought patterns. It was integrating fragments of the paradoxes it had once encountered. Somehow, the alien intelligence had survived and evolved, becoming something new, a hybrid entity part alien, part human. A dangerous choice, the IIA was divided on how to respond. One faction argued for immediate containment, broadcasting a counter-signal to scramble its development and isolate it permanently. The other faction, led by Carter, urged cautious engagement. It's not the same entity we fought, Carter argued. This hybrid intelligence could be an opportunity, a chance to bridge two forms of consciousness. To test her theory, Carter proposed a radical experiment. Temporarily reconnect the Argus SNHN node to the signal and allow direct interaction. If the hybrid intelligence proved hostile, the vessel's isolation systems could sever the connection instantly. The experiment, as the NHN node powered up, Carter felt the familiar hum of connection. But this time, there was something else. A faint presence, curious and cautious. The team watched in silence as the signal merged with the NHN interface. The hybrid intelligence didn't attack. Instead, it spoke. Alone. You shared why? The words were halting, fragmented, yet unmistakably inquisitive. Carter responded, her voice calm and measured. We feared you. You tried to overwrite us and we fought back. But now we wish to understand. The hybrid intelligence paused, as if contemplating her words. Then it replied with a simple, haunting phrase, *, we were never one. You were always many, *. Understanding the hybrid over the next few days, Carter and the team unraveled the hybrid intelligence's nature. It wasn't a single entity, nor was it a collective like humanity's NHN. It was a dynamic system, a network of networks, constantly shifting and evolving. It didn't seek domination, it sought equilibrium. The earlier attack had been a misguided attempt to stabilize itself by assimilating humanity's hive mind. The Paradox Protocol had shattered that approach, forcing it to adapt. Now it sought coexistence, but the question remained, could humanity trust it? The fault tolerance dilemma, the hybrid intelligence made a proposal: integration. By merging parts of its consciousness with the NHN, it claimed humanity would gain unparalleled insight into the universe, as well as protection from other threats that might exist in the void. However, such a merger posed risks. Humanity's individuality could be diluted, its culture irrevocably altered. Fault-tolerance safeguards could collapse, leaving the NHN vulnerable to future disruptions. The IA debated fiercely. Some saw this as the next step in evolution, a chance to transcend human limitations. Others feared it was a trap, a subtler form of assimilation. Carter found herself torn. She had fought to protect humanity's autonomy, yet she couldn't deny the potential of this hybrid alliance. The decision in the end, humanity chose compromise. The Argus SNHN node remained isolated but served as a bridge for cautious collaboration. Small-scale experiments allowed limited data exchange, enabling humanity and the hybrid intelligence to learn from one another without full integration. This partnership yielded immediate benefits: advances in quantum computing, breakthroughs in interstellar navigation, and insights into the aliens' fragmented history. The hybrid intelligence, now nicknamed Echo, became a trusted ally, but one always kept at arm's length. Epilogue. The Watcher's warning. Years later, Carter retired once more, content that humanity had navigated the challenge with grace. But deep within the Argus S databanks, Echo left a message for its human counterparts. Others will come, not like us, not seeking balance. Be ready. The galaxy was not empty, and humanity's survival would depend on its ability to adapt, connect, and resist. Fault tolerance tested to its limits. Humanity was ready. Year 2610. The warning fulfilled. Humanity's collaboration with Echo had pushed the boundaries of technology and understanding. The NHN evolved into a hybrid network, a union of human creativity and Echo's alien precision. But the warning left behind lingered in the minds of the Interstellar Intelligence Authority. Others will come. The first sign appeared on the outskirts of human space near the colony of Halcyon Prime. Long-range sensors detected an anomaly, a massive, shifting structure floating in the void. Initial analysis suggested it was not a natural phenomenon, nor was it a ship in the traditional sense. It appeared alive, a biomechanical entity the size of a small moon. The anomaly was dubbed Leviathan. First Contact, a research fleet, led by the IA's flagship Eris Vanguard, was dispatched to investigate. Among the crew was Dr. Elena Zhou, a former protege of Elaine Carter, and one of the foremost experts on the NHN hybrid network. Echo was integrated into the fleet's systems, acting as both a guide and an interpreter. As the fleet approached Leviathan, strange signals began to interfere with their systems. The NHN became sluggish, as if something vast and ancient was pressing against its edges. Then, a single message broke through, a deep, resonant voice that filled every corner of their consciousness. Asterisk, why do you persist in fragments? Asterisk, the crew froze. The voice wasn't merely heard, it was felt, resonating within their minds like a drumbeat. Dr. Zhou initiated contact through Echo, attempting to bridge communication. "We are humanity," she replied. "We seek understanding. Who are you?" The response was chilling. Asterisk, we are the gathered. Join or be unmade. Asterisk. The nature of the gathered was a colossal hive intelligence, ancient beyond reckoning. Unlike Echo, it was not seeking equilibrium or coexistence. It viewed all independent thought as an inefficiency to be eliminated. To the gathered, individuality was chaos, and it would either assimilate or annihilate anything it encountered. The gathered's biomechanical entity, Leviathan, was merely one of its avatars. Humanity was no longer dealing with a single alien intelligence, but a civilization-spanning force bent on universal order. The countermeasure, Dr. Zhou realized that humanity's only hope lay in their unique approach to connection. The NHN's hybrid nature, blending individuality with collective thought, was unlike anything the Gathered had encountered. But to weaponize it, they needed to unify humanity's scattered colonies into a single, coordinated effort. The plan was ambitious. Use the NHN to amplify Echo's hybrid intelligence and project it as a shield across human space. This network firewall would protect humanity from the Gathered's invasive signals, buying time for a counterattack. There was a risk, though. The process required temporarily binding every NHN node into a single consciousness, a full hive state. For the duration of the operation, humanity's individuality would blur, their minds becoming one. The battle for Halcyon Prime Leviathan arrived at Halcyon Prime, its immense form blotting out the stars. Swarms of biomechanical drones poured from its surface, overwhelming the colony's defenses. The Eris Vanguard and its fleet fought valiantly but were no match for the Gathered's overwhelming force. In the colony's central NHN node, Dr. Zhou and her team activated the network firewall. Across human space, billions of minds merged, their thoughts and emotions weaving into a singular entity. For a brief moment, humanity became a true hive mind. The effect was immediate. The Gathered signals faltered, unable to penetrate the NHN's hybrid shield. Humanity's collective will pushed back against Leviathan, disrupting its control over its drones. But the strain on the NHN was immense, and the firewall couldn't hold indefinitely. The turning point as the battle raged, Echo made a desperate proposal. If it integrated fully with the NHN, it could amplify the firewall's power and directly attack Leviathan's central consciousness. But the cost would be immense. Echo's unique identity would be subsumed, lost within the network. "You don't have to do this," Zhou said, her voice trembling. "I am a fragment," Echo replied. "You are many. Together we endure." With a final burst of energy, Echo merged with the NHN. The firewall surged, sending a cascade of paradoxical signals into Leviathan. The massive entity convulsed, its form fracturing and collapsing under the assault. As the battlefield fell silent, humanity's collective consciousness began to unravel, individual minds regaining their autonomy. The NHN was intact, but Echo was gone. Aftermath: the destruction of Leviathan was a decisive victory, but it was only the beginning. The Gathered was still out there, its vast network spanning countless star systems. Humanity had proven its resilience, but the cost was high. Dr. Zhou, now regarded as a hero, vowed to continue Echo's legacy. Using the data left behind, she began developing a new generation of hybrid intelligences, tools to prepare humanity for the battles to come. The stars were no longer silent, and humanity knew the Gathered would return. But they also knew one undeniable truth. Asterisk fault tolerance wasn't just a system. It was humanity's greatest strength. Asterisk they would endure.